there is a human person right now, at least one, that knows the identities Ethan is looking for. And the only thing now that's standing between Ethan and knowing their names is this lawyer. Frogan has officially been served. She has accepted service. And Ethan thinks that she just got a lawyer who is now finally giving her good advice. And I'm glad. I am happy for her because, yeah, if she was doing this on her own, that was very, very silly of her. But and they also gave Frogan an extension to respond. Right. And this, I think there have just been so many examples along the way of Ethan giving these people more time, either more time to respond, more time to come forward and to get amnesty. I mean, he was giving amnesty to these people up until like last week. Right. He was like, and now it's getting closed. Right. So for people to say that he's like merciless and he's like going after everybody and just wants their money. He has given so many chances for these people to come forward, to apologize, to settle, and none of them took it. And now here again, he, instead of going after Frogan, within the short time frame that she left herself, has given her an ample, I think it was a 60-day extension to respond to being served. But the bigger news, besides that, is that apparently the Snark mods who have been subpoenaed or are going to be subpoenaed for their identities have decided to lawyer up and to come together under the same lawyer. And it's unclear if this is a good idea or a bad idea for them. So if you missed it, Ethan recently got approval from the judge to issue subpoenas to Reddit and Discord for the personal identifying information of multiple Snark moderators, like H3 Snark moderators. And we saw, I think it was last time, that one of these moderators has 9 claims against them because they have 9 sock puppet accounts. So the request for information is out on their 9 different accounts. It's all one person. Thank you for clearing that up publicly. So they are now fighting the subpoena. They are kind of stepping in front of Discord and Reddit to say, no, we don't even want it to get that far. We don't even want it to get to Discord and Reddit. Is that because they're afraid Discord and Reddit will give it up? So they're trying to like cut Ethan off at the pass by getting the entire subpoena thrown out before it even reaches Reddit and Discord. Seems to me like they think Reddit and Discord are going to be like, who fucking cares, and just give it up. So here is what Ethan had to say about what the Snarkers are doing. He has some thoughts because he has thoughts about it.
That's all set up. But the big new development that really surprised me, and I think everybody's going to be surprised by this, we heard from the legal counsel of a new app, someone who we haven't heard from before. The H3 Snark mods have banded together and hired a boutique law firm located in San Francisco, which makes me raise my eyebrow.
What makes it boutique?
It just means like a small specialized. Okay. They seem like professionals.
Okay.
All of a sudden, that's working.
A boutique law firm in San Francisco to represent all of them. And the reason they've hired this lawyer is to challenge our subpoena request.
They don't want names being...
They're scared. They're scared. Whatever's in there must be bad.
Yeah. So basically he's saying what I thought is that they don't want anything coming out of Reddit or Discord. And I have a feeling it's really Discord that they're worried about, because Discord is where you're doing more like off the cuff stuff. It's not public at all, right? Reddit, you at least have, a lot of the times you have somewhat public facing content going out. you have the option of DMing, right? But really, Reddit is where a lot of the private stuff is happening, and it's where a lot of the accusations of organizing to brigade and organizing to harass and intimidate and threaten Ethan and the crew is coming from, right? I mean, we've also heard that Hassan's Discord is the source of brigading on other creators, right? Probably Destiny, because they're just like obsessed with that guy, who, by the way, none of us fucking care about. None of us know who he is. So, it sounds like they're trying to cut it off at the pass and get the entire thing thrown out before Reddit or Discord can just like open their cabinets and throw all their shit into the street. And so let's see. Ethan has a little bit more here, and he makes an interesting point.
I respect the H3 Snark, and I believe that they're being silent.
Shut up, Adam. But the truth is, all we actually are asking for and need is their names so that we can serve them, right? So they're going to have to do this motion to squash, which is very interesting.
Yeah, they did the whole squash thing, and we'll skip that.
It's going to essentially, they're going to have to argue on behalf of the three defendants.
So that's Casey Tron, Denims, and Frogan. So now the Snarker moderators, according to what Ethan is saying, the Snark moderators lawyer is going to have to essentially build a case that exonerates Casey Tron, Denims, and Frogan of copyright infringement in order to get the subpoena thrown out. That's fucking massive. That is a huge undertaking that other lawyers are currently working on.
That what they did was
Dan
not
derailing was great.
infringement to therefore make themselves ineligible to be subpoenaed.
Right. So you have to make the according to this. And again, I'm not a lawyer. Denims, this is what like disclaimers are about. I'm not a lawyer, and this is very new. But in Ethan's logic, the only way out of the subpoena being served to Discord and Reddit is if the moderator's lawyer is crafty enough to get the entire case thrown out. Like, they have to argue that the three main defendants, Casey, Tron, Denims, and Frogan, didn't commit copyright infringement at all, since that's the real case in question. Like, these Redditors are not on trial, right? They are being subpoenaed as part of a different lawsuit. And so if that lawsuit is considered null and void, then there is no subpoena. And so they're like removing Reddit and Discord kind of from the equation. And I wonder if that's a good idea. I don't know. Are they less likely to have their information given over without Reddit or Discord in the middle? Or are Reddit and Discord like hardcore about protecting their users' privacy? It's hard to know, because like Ethan says in this clip too, someone has already figured out these snarkers' identities, and it's their lawyer, right? There is a human person right now, at least one, probably more, probably the whole firm, that knows the identities Ethan is looking for. And the only thing now that's standing between Ethan knowing their names between Ethan and knowing their names is this lawyer. And whatever argument they come up with to get the entire case, at least hypothetically, thrown out. A case that proves that there is no grounds for this to happen at all. That's what it seems like. Again, not a lawyer, and it'll be interesting to see what some of the legal folks say. I really, really wish Emily D. Baker was covering this stuff, because every time I think I've found a legal person that's covering stuff on YouTube that's maybe reliable, it's, first of all, a man. no male faves. And then they end up being like loving the drama and loving the attention more than like facts. And that just drives me nuts. Another thing that Ethan talks about in this segment is the San Francisco connection. And he immediately jumps to Reddit is there. So this means that maybe Reddit is paying. Reddit's headquarters is in San Francisco. Maybe this means that Reddit is paying or somehow backing this lawsuit for the moderators. I don't think that is the case. That was not where my brain went. My brain went to the fact that maybe one or more of these moderators works at a tech company in San Francisco, because that is Silicon Valley, right? That is where all the tech shit is happening. There are almost every tech company is still headquartered in San Francisco. And it would be very possible, because in the tech world, everyone changes jobs so often. So you get to meet people who work with you, and they end up at a zillion different places doing the same job, right? It's very, very churn and burn. If you're at a tech company for a year, you're like a seasoned veteran of that company. So my thought was, one of these people either works at Reddit or used to work at Reddit, or knows somebody who now works at Reddit. And that might explain the fact that they always talk about having a potential connection at Reddit and, I have it on good authority and saying stuff like that. So that's why they found and why they went with the San Francisco lawyer, because that's where maybe one of them lives or is working from. So that's my idea. That's my theory, is that at least one of them is connected to the tech industry in general and might have an in at Reddit for one of several reasons, Well, Taylor is in New York City. Imagine if one of them is her. Ugh. So yeah, we don't know what's happening. We don't know why they chose San Francisco. I think Dan has a valid point of, if you're looking for lawyers that specialize in tech privacy, like tech companies' privacy, San Francisco is probably a good place to start, right? Just like if you're looking for a lawyer, an entertainment lawyer, you're going to look in LA or New York, right? So Dan, it might just be that. It might be Occam's razor, right? It might be that the most likely thing is what is actually happening. But I wonder, based on the fact that they're so braggadocious about, Ethan's not going to get what he wants from Reddit, I have it on good authority, or Discord, that makes me wonder if these people are just looking in their city. If at least one of them lives in San Francisco and is in some way connected in the tech world. That's my theory, and we'll see if it pans out. But yeah, so that's the update from the Snark moderators. Like Ethan said, everything takes like 2 weeks to 4 weeks to a month. So it's unclear what's going to happen next. Now that they've lawyered up, and now that they are putting together this motion to, it's to get rid of or quash the subpoena, but by doing so, they kind of have to build a motion to dismiss like the entire case, right? Which is also what Frogan and Denham's and Casey Tron's lawyers should be working on. From what I've learned from lawyers on Instagram and also from chat, it's that that's the next thing that happens after you're sued. Your lawyer tries to find reasons to get that lawsuit thrown out. And as far as we know, that hasn't happened yet. The 9 Sock Puppets mod is probably also a lawyer. They would not have time to be doing that shit if they were a lawyer, not an employed lawyer. Mike from PA. Oh my God. I cannot wait to find out who these people are. Guys, we're going to be eating fucking good